So even though there are multiple well-known arias, at the end of the day in Rusalka, this big Rusalka aria is the one. Sometimes everything just comes together, and the text and the music and the way the orchestra works, everything just comes together in a magic moment. And even the greatest composers don't manage it every single time, but in that moment, Dvorak really managed it. Dvorak's musical language is incredibly rich, it's incredibly colorfully orchestrated, and for me it's incredibly rich, especially harmonically. There are a lot of harmony changes that you don't necessarily see coming, but not in a hard way, not in a kind of jarring way. The effect on the listener is this moment always of, oh wow, you know, you feel everyone kind of take in their breath when you sit on one of these notes, and then the next chord comes and you feel like, it always feels like the horizon has broadened. It is influenced by folk music. There are, of course, some melodies which are very clearly influenced by folk music, and other elements that are maybe a bit less clearly influenced by folk music. In terms of the way the melodies are structured, though, it's incredibly Czech. The Czech language doesn't have this pickup. The stress in the Czech language is always at the beginning of the word, which means that you can't have a kind of bum bum into the next bar, because the stress of the word is always on the one. You only have to think of things like Slavonic dances. A Slavonic dance starts with it starts on a strong beat, because a Czech word is going to start on a strong beat. Yeah? You would never get from the Dvorak bum bum din dan 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 dan, because then the stress of the word wouldn't work. And that's a sign for me of a composer who is just so genuinely dealing with this language and genuinely trying to communicate with this language, and it's always a joy to work on those kinds of things and to notice those kinds of things. I really love coming here. I really love this orchestra. They're a fantastic orchestra, but there's just something also about the atmosphere in this house that is quite magical. I got up at 4:30 to be here for this recording this morning, and I was incredibly tired. And then I landed here and got to stage door, and I was greeted by my name, and the coffee machine is there, and then the orchestra players come in and they're all saying hello and everything. There's this really magic atmosphere here, and it makes me really very, very excited and humbled to be coming back to Malmö for another production.